Well, hello, you watching this on a screen somewhere. If you are watching this message, I want to make sure that you know that this message is for you. This is a letter that I sent out to everyone on our mailing list at WellSprings, but it's really about a process that we're starting this year where we want to understand the full shape of our community, all the different people who engage with us. So let me start by telling you a short story. Last year, I was reading a short reflection from an email list of a congregation that I got to know back when I lived in Washington, D.C. They're a Christian community called Church of the Savior. And they're small, but they've had this huge impact because they've founded a whole bunch of different nonprofit organizations in the city over their history. And so I'm interested in them. I still follow them on their mailing list. And on this particular day, I read a reflection from someone talking about a practice that they have in this community that I didn't know about before. You see, once every year, this whole congregation asks its membership to recommit to joining. They have a year-to-year contract, basically, and every year they do this community-wide practice. They host a week of small group conversations. They set aside time for prayer and discernment. One of their members said, "This is an unusual church practice. It might even be unique, joining and rejoining the same faith community year after year, or not. It's a time of soul searching and listening to the Spirit and reviewing our community's commitments, asking questions about where I'm called." I was inspired reading this story after some of the questions that have come up for us in this decade so far, the 2020s. We know that in the past 3 years, a lot of people's relationship to a lot of things has changed, and that includes our community, our spiritual communities. The old model of church membership was already not working great before 2020. People's lives are different than they were in the 1950s and 60s when church memberships were flourishing, right? We don't often settle in one place for many, many decades at a time. We have online worship now that makes belonging and connection possible at all these great distances. People's family structures look different. The demands on working parents are different. The economic pressures are very different. They leave less time for volunteering or for showing up regularly on Sunday mornings. And when you add that to the ebb and flow and the waxing and waning of people's own lives, the needs that might change for us, what we look for in a spiritual community, the needs that might change for us when we go through a large global event like a pandemic. Well, this model of membership that says you join once and then everything stays the same forever, it just doesn't work anymore. And I have had people ask me all of these questions from all different directions. Some people say, "I didn't realize that I could go deeper. I want to get more connected. What would that look like?" Some people say, "I'm very involved and very engaged, and I have been for a long time, and I need to take a break." And then there's people who've stepped away because life got complicated. Maybe they don't know how to find their way back. Maybe they wonder, maybe you wonder, if you would still be welcome. Even if you've stopped attending years ago, maybe you would like to be able to drop in now and then, but you're worried someone's going to ask you where you've been or make you answer for that choice. And then some people might want to reconnect someday. Maybe that's how you feel, but you're just not ready yet. I have heard all of those experiences, and I want you to know that you are always welcome at WellSprings, without any need for explanation or apology. You're always welcome here, whether you're stepping back or stepping back in. And that will happen at different times in your spiritual journey, and that's okay. The reason, though, that I'm making this video, that I knocked on the screen earlier to make sure you were paying attention, is because we want people to feel a sense of belonging in our community. And our board of trustees and I have recognized that things look different these days. So we have created a survey because we want to ask you, without any judgment, to give us a sense of where you are in your relationship to our community today. The engagement survey has 2 multiple choice questions, and it will just help us better understand this new shape of who we are as a congregation. And hopefully it will help you also to see yourself as part of who we are together, even if the way that you engage with us doesn't feel like traditional membership. We want absolutely everyone to fill out this survey. This is not just for the current and active members. If you are watching this video, then this survey is for you. And we are so committed to this that we're even giving away an incentive for filling it out. 2 people who fill out the survey will win a $25 Wawa gift card. And we'll do the drawing for that when we share the results of this survey at our congregational meeting on the first Sunday in June. And that will be live streamed as well as in person. So we know that the shape of our lives and the shape of our community really has changed in these past 3 years. I hope that you will help us put our hands around that shape, understand it, by letting us know where you are, where you fit in. It will help us all to be here for each other in the ways that matter most in the years to come. Thank you all so much. The survey link can be found in the video description just below this, and I hope you'll take a minute to fill it out now. Take care.